Welcome back to In Ohio Country Today, and with me is Aaron Koenig of Koenig Equipment. And Aaron, we're talking about today about used combines and why buy a used combine from Koenig Equipment.
Well, as we've already established, it's a great time to buy a used combine, but more than that, what separates Koenig Equipment? So why choose Koenig Equipment? I think one of the things that we bring to the table at Koenig's is that our trades are local. They're from local customers, and most importantly, we know the history. So we probably sold it to them new or used, and in many cases, we've helped them with the preventative maintenance all the way along. So we know the operator, we know the machine, and we can communicate that value to the next buyer.
Well, Aaron, earlier when we were talking, one other point that you made that kind of stuck in my mind is when you bring a machine in and trade a machine in, you inspect it before you ever bring that thing in.
Correct. We inspect it thoroughly before we bring it in, and then once it arrives, we inspect it again. And that's inspections done by our service department. They're experienced, they know what to look for, they know where the wear items are. And then before we resell that machine, we're going to address those issues. So there's the old adage, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Well, we look for not only things that are broke, but the things that are worn and eventually will cause an issue. And we go ahead and take care of those before we sell it to the next owner. And then we back all that work up and guarantee it with a written warranty, which is pretty unusual in our industry for used equipment.
Well, interestingly enough, there are folks that I know, friends of mine, say, well, I bought this thing on eBay, or I went halfway across the United States, and I got a great deal on this piece of equipment, and I brought it back. Look what I've got.
Well, yeah, and that happens, and sometimes people get lucky and they get a good value. Other times they bring it to us, and we ended up putting a lot of money and fixing things that are wrong, and they end up with more invested than if they just bought local. But more than that, what you can run into when you buy machines out of trade area is you might not be fully aware of all the options and all the features that it has, and what you might end up with is options you wish you had that you don't. So that's another advantage to our machines, and the fact that they're local is they're equipped to work and run well in our trade area.
When we're talking about your trade area and the folks that you do business with, I believe, and I know from personal experience, you folks are always fair, honest, and upfront with every transaction that you have.
Absolutely. Well, we take the pricing very seriously when we're talking about used equipment. And our approach at Koenig Equipment is to price the equipment to sell and price it fairly. So we don't build an inflated list price so we can show you a discount. Okay? We price it for the value in the market. The other thing we do is when there's a trade involved, we're upfront about what it is we're selling you, what it costs, and what the value of your trade is. So you can make a good decision whether to trade or whether not to trade.
Well, when you're thinking about trading, especially with the newer late model stuff, there's a lot of technology that's integrated into those.
There is a lot of technology, and one thing about that technology is it's integrated, but if you don't know how to use it, there's very little value there. So one of the benefits that we bring is our precision specialist. So they can set a machine up not only with the hardware and the software that you need to run effectively, but the support package so you can get the information out and actually put it to use and make good decisions in your operation. And so you've got that technology piece. Additionally, don't forget about the heads. Without the corn head, without the platform out in front, combine doesn't do you much good. So we match combines up nicely with appropriately sized heads, appropriately equipped heads, and then we also take a look at your needs and make sure that that head does what you need it to do in your operation.
Well, you're talking about value and making sure that it fits the farmer and making sure it fits the customer. Part of that goes into how you're going to finance the machine as well.
Absolutely. Well, as a businessman, I appreciate the value of zero interest and waiver periods. That's all important, and people have come to expect that. I think the difference that Koenig's brings to the table is the flexibility, because we understand that it isn't just about the interest rate, it's also about the payment and the timing of that payment. So our goal is to tailor a payment and a finance plan that fits both your payment and your cash flow objectives.
Well, it sounds like if you're in the market for a good used machine, and you have many stores, you can help somebody out with that.
Absolutely. Great selection, all colors, all sizes, all price ranges, all conditions, quite frankly. We have a certification program where we'll actually provide a full warranty or a 50/50 warranty, or no warranty at all, if that's your preference, if that fits your price point. So between those benefits and all the other ones we've talked about, local trades, as far as the technology piece, the fact that our machines are inspected, flexible financing, all that goes into why Koenig's is the right choice if you're going to buy a used combine.
Well, Aaron, if somebody wanted a little more information, where can they go?
Well, they're welcome to visit any of our stores here in Ohio, or simply go online at koenigequipment.com.
Aaron, thanks for being with us today.
Thank you.
We'll be back with more in Ohio Country Today right after this.